What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Legitical Response. We cover political news. We keep you up to date and keep you informed with everything that the government does. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, it took me a while to notice it, but I don't know if you guys have noticed that every time Trump comes out with a statement, the corporate press, and if it involves anybody, they always have to come out and say, oh, no, that's just false. No matter what Trump says, doesn't really matter at all. Trump could be like, yeah, hey, look, I did a backflip yesterday. And then you're going to get Snopes saying, did Trump do a backflip yesterday? No, as a matter of fact. And then they'll go on to explain exactly how a human being does a backflip. And then they'll say, no, he didn't do a backflip yesterday. He did it the day before yesterday. They make absolutely no sense. But it's like they have to come out and just deny anything and everything that Trump says. And I don't get this, right? Because they're proven false constantly. And what they'll tend to do is they'll tend to twist stuff around, right? So if Trump actually did that backflip, they'll come out and say something like, oh, did Trump do a front flip the other day? Just twisting it around like, no, of course he didn't do a front flip. He's 78 years old or 77 years old. He can't do a front flip. He can do a back flip, though. It's like, I don't know, I just don't understand these people and the length they'll go to actually lie about Donald Trump. Every freaking thing he says, it seems like, that's all they do. By the way, can I get an FJB down in the comment section? I love seeing those, and if you don't mind, let me see an FJB. By the way, also, when you hit the like button, that's also an FJB in my book, if you don't mind. But, oh, hang on. I'm going to play this little clip for you guys right quick. And let me know if you see something funny with this statement.
Most of us got a solicitation email this morning from the former President of the United States saying that the Justice Department had authorization to kill him during the Mar-a-Lago raid. First, can you give us some clarification on that particular point that he's making and whether or not deadly force is authorized in other interventions, including the search of Mr. Biden's residence and office? And the second question is,
Can I do one at a time? Okay. On that one, that allegation is false, and it is extremely dangerous. The document that is being referred to in the allegation is the Justice Department's standard policy limiting the use of force. As the FBI advises, it is part of the standard operations plan for searches, and in fact, it was even used in the consensual search of President Biden's home.
Sounds like a standard statement, right? Just getting out in front of something Trump says, but did you catch the lie in there? Did you catch the misdirect? Yeah, the corporate press and the Biden administration, as a matter of fact, they're constantly just twisting little small tidbits here to try to debunk something that Trump said. Let's get into the story right quick, and then we'll point out the lies of the corporate press. Let's get into it. Garland calls Trump's false FBI search claim extremely dangerous. This is true. Garland did say that. You just saw that. However, yeah, that's not necessarily what's going on here. But let's get into it. Attorney General Merrick Garland said former President Trump's false claim about the FBI being ready to kill him in their Mar-a-Lago search is extremely dangerous in recent comments. Huh? Extremely dangerous in recent comments. You love how they just word stuff so eloquently. How they just lie. Trump falsely claimed in a fundraising email Wednesday that President Biden was locked and loaded and ready to take me out. Another attack about the classified records found at his estate. No, now, hang on. This is something that I just thought about when I was reading this. As a matter of fact, Trump did say that. He did say that President Biden was locked and loaded and ready to take him out. What are you trying to say here, corporate press? That Trump didn't say that? Well, I mean, we can get the proof if you need to, but Trump did say that as a matter of fact. Insane, y'all. These people are deranged against Trump. His email claimed Biden or the Justice Department was authorized to shoot Trump. Garland disputed the accusation in a press briefing Thursday. That allegation is false and is extremely dangerous, Garland said. The document that has been referred to in the allegation is the Justice Department standard policy limiting the use of force. Now, this is where we're going to get into what Garland actually said.
On that one, that allegation is false, and it is extremely dangerous. The document that is being referred to in the allegation is the Justice Department standard policy limiting the use of force. As the FBI advises, it is part of the standard operations plan for searches, and in fact, it was even used in the consensual search of President Biden's home.
All right, so let's run that again. They're playing semantics here. Check this out. Okay, first, right off the top, they tell you, no, we wasn't going to kill him. That's a standard policy. As a matter of fact, we used that same thing on the Biden search. Hang on. The FBI didn't raid Biden's house. What are you trying to say here, Garland? I don't recall the FBI raiding Biden's house, the Penn Biden office, none of those places where Biden kept records. As a matter of fact, if I do remember correctly, but hey, look, my memory's poor sometimes, that Biden turned those documents in. I wonder why he would say that. But, it's just funny because we all know what Trump was talking about. He was talking about that they were authorized to use deadly force, and the fact that they were ordered to wear plain clothes to show up to raid the former president's home in Mar-a-Lago, right? As a matter of fact, it's not just a home, it's a business. So think about this. Now, I talked about this briefly yesterday. Think about this for a second, okay? So you've got Secret Service protection on the president. Why would you want a law enforcement agency to show up in plain clothes, right? Without warning, just show up to raid with their guns. Okay, that they had their guns on them. They were ordered to take their guns, right? You got Secret Service didn't know they were coming. So let's say these guys pull up, they get out of the car with guns. They are asking for an incident. And what I believe it is, you got all these Republicans, the right-wing pundits out there talking about, oh, they were trying to assassinate Donald Trump. And Donald Trump himself saying they were trying to kill him. He's being hyperbolic. I don't know if these people are actually being hyperbolic, some of these right-wing pundits, but I'm going to go ahead and put it out there because it doesn't help your case when you say that, oh, the DOJ was trying to assassinate Trump. No, they weren't trying to assassinate Trump. I'm sorry. That's not how the DOJ or the FBI works. But in my honest opinion, the reason they authorized deadly force and told the FBI to show up in plain clothes was they wanted a headline. They wanted the headline that FBI got into a shootout with Trump security. That's what they wanted. They wanted to instigate another fake January 6th, call it a false flag, if you will. They wanted the security at Mar-a-Lago to see the FBI rolling up, getting out with guns in plain clothes, don't know who the hell they are, and make a mistake. That's what the hell they wanted. But why else would you order the FBI to show up in plain clothes? Oh, to be discreet? Why? What's the reason to be discreet? There's no good reason to be discreet. Well, I mean, it was all over the news, for God's sakes. You told CNN before you went. Why? Because they had cameras there as they were showing up. This has been done several times. But it's just funny how they operate. I believe that's what they wanted. They weren't trying to kill Donald Trump. Of course not. That would make them look like the bad guys. They don't want to look like the bad guys. That's why they're constantly obfuscating every single thing they do. That's why they're getting Jack Smith to go after Donald Trump on all these charges. Oh, he's a special prosecutor. He's not actually tied to the DOJ. Blah, 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 blah. It's not actually Joe Biden going after his political rival. Blah, 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 blah. No, they weren't actually gonna kill Donald Trump. Blah, 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 blah. But you see where they're going with this. They're setting up. It's like the, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you type of thing. Just trying to egg on Trump and his security. That's all they were doing. They wanted that freaking headline so bad, but they didn't get it, as a matter of fact. But let's keep going. As the FBI advises, it is part of the standard operations plan for searches, and in fact, it was even used in the consensual search of President Biden's home. He continued, like I said, I don't recall the FBI raiding President Biden's home. So here we go again with Garland lying. First, they're saying, oh no, we didn't use that. That's what they're trying to say. By taking Trump's words, twisting it around, because we all know what Trump is talking about. They do this constantly. That's why there's constant hoaxes about Donald Trump all the freaking time, like with the bloodbath hoax. And as a matter of fact, they get almost immediately debunked, but you still get Joe Biden talking about,
look, he's promised if he doesn't win, there's going to be a bloodbath.
It's like, what? What did you just say? As a matter of fact, are you even speaking English, Joe Biden?
I was going to put him.
What must be what? I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America.
But that's what they do. They twist things around and like, oh no, that's not what we were. We weren't there to kill him. Authorized use of deadly force. But they implemented that when they searched Joe Biden's house. So they're telling you that's not what they were doing, but that's what they always do. Just utterly amazing the links they'll go to try to twist their stories. Once again, it's like the little kid. Did you take that candy bar? No, it wasn't me. I got it from Sally. It's like, no, we can see through the lies. We can use a little bit of logic to put 2 and 6 together and get 45.
If I get elected, now if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath.
The statement on law enforcement protocol Trump refers to in his email allows the use of deadly force only when necessary. Right. When someone poses an imminent danger of death or serious physical injury to an officer or another person. Trump was not at home when the FBI conducted its August 8th, 2022 search of his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida, and it was a decision made to avoid any potential conflict. Right. But once again, that's not the issue, because we know Trump has security. Trump also has Secret Service protecting his family, who was at Mar-a-Lago. Just because Trump wasn't there doesn't mean that his statement is false, right? He's being hyperbolic, of course. The FBI said it followed standard protocol in the search, and it does with all other searches. So, yes, we did try to kill him. I'm being hyperbolic now, but that's what they're telling you. No, we didn't operate standard protocol, but we did operate with standard protocol. One of the only diversions from normal protocol was that officers were dressed in polo shirts and khakis while they conducted the search, so they didn't draw attention while at the resort. Why? Once again, why? This almost proves my theory here that they wanted an incident. Why would the FBI show up with guns out to raid somewhere they know is protected by people with guns? That makes zero sense. Like, why didn't you contact Secret Service beforehand? There is no mention anywhere of them contacting Secret Service. I tried to look this up because I heard a claim that they didn't contact Secret Service, but I couldn't find anything to confirm or deny that allegation. So I'm led to believe that they didn't contact Secret Service. And it all also goes back to why. Why did they have to raid his house in the manner that they did? You know damn good and well they could have just showed up with FBI jackets. Hey, look, we're coming to get these documents. What are they going to do? Stop the FBI from going in there and getting them? No, of course not. They didn't have to show up unannounced, in other words, to get these documents. They could have sent a team, didn't even have to be the FBI, could have sent somebody with NARA down there to go get these documents. But they wanted headlines, folks. That's what they wanted. They wanted, oh, well, Trump was stealing classified documents, when they know damn good and well those are presidential records. He was authorized to take those presidential records to his house, just like every other president in the United States. Which, by the way, I'm not even sure why we're still arguing this point, because that case has all but been nuked in the court system due to Eileen Cannon seeing all of the inconsistencies, all of the malfeasance on part of Jack Smith with tampering with federal evidence, for God's sakes, with classified confidential records. Yeah, just tampering with this, putting stuff out of order, setting up a photo op. Like, really. That also goes to my theory that this was all for headlines. That's all it was for, to make Trump look bad and to make Biden look better. That's why Biden, oh, crap. Like, and another thing I thought about earlier today as I was working at my job is, okay, so President Biden, we know that he loves classified documents, FJB. He loves these classified documents. He had classified documents all over the damn place, right? And we know he's had classified documents since he was a senator, since the 1970s. However, at the time he was president, everybody knows damn good and well that the president can declassify just about anything he wants to. If he wants to take documents with him, he has the sole authority to authorize himself to take documents. So why would he turn those documents in? He was the freaking president of the United States. This is something I have not seen brought up by anybody. Why would he turn those documents in? Once again, this goes to my theory that they wanted the photo op. Oh, look, we're treating Trump fairly because President Biden also had classified documents, which he was authorized to have, by the way, just in case anybody forgot that. Oh, and he turned his documents in. We had to go and raid Mar-a-Lago to get the documents back from Donald Trump. Yeah, I'm starting to see what's really going on here. This was all to get Donald Trump. That's all this was for. Once again, this blows their credibility, in my opinion. Any credibility they may have had in all those other cases against Donald Trump has been completely demolished in my eyes. I was actually worried about some of these criminal prosecutions against Donald Trump, but not no more. After all the malfeasance and all the corruption on part of the DOJ and Jack Smith, with all this document BS that's going on, with everything that we've found out, thanks to Julie Kelly, by the way, go give her a follow on X. She's great. This is where I'm getting most of my facts from, by the way. But after learning everything that has came out since, this was an obvious setup. Just a plain out obvious setup with, everything from the photo op to showing up to raid Mar-a-Lago, for God's sakes, the tampering with federal evidence, document being leaked, the use of deadly force, the fact that they were just in plain clothes showing up as a law enforcement agency to search a former president's home. Yeah, this is all just a setup. I have said in the past that the only case against Donald Trump that has actually worried me was this documents case, because sure, the president did have legal justification to take that. I've always believed that. But, there may be some documents in there that the former president probably shouldn't have, but I don't know what's in the documents, so I can't say otherwise. But like I said, given all the evidence, everything that's came out, this is absolute BS. It all is. This blows the credibility, like I said, on all of the other prosecutions, in my opinion. Because if they're willing to go this far and be this corrupt to taint a criminal prosecution from the highest of prosecutors in this country, yeah, how far are they willing to go with these other ones that are absolute BS? But I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comments section. Do y'all believe the assassination theory that a lot of people are giving out? Some of them seem to be actually legitimate because they keep on saying it. They don't seem to be hyperbolic. I'm kind of thinking they are being hyperbolic, but god dang it, they keep on saying, oh, they tried to assassinate Trump. No, they didn't. But let me know what you think down in the comment section. And once again, give me an FJB if you don't mind. I would greatly appreciate that. But that's all I got for this one. I want to thank everybody for watching. And y'all try to have a good day and stay legitical. Peace.